I've spent the last 15 years traveling and focusing on a lot of different cultures around the world. I focused on the southern tribes of southern Ethiopia, pilgrims at Kumbh Mela, the Zapotecs in Oaxaca, a lot of different cultures. I really find it fascinating to be able to bring to awareness some of the ways of others, some of the ways of being that other people have around the world. You know, the way that I got into photography is really a long story. I love to share it. But in short, I was a technology sales rep for about 15 years, and I kind of went through a personal valley of darkness back in 2000 to 2004, and a lot of really bad things happened. And so I decided to, ultimately I surrendered and asked for guidance. And then based on sort of these winks that I was given, I sold it all and traveled around the world for 1 year. I had a $400 camera. I didn't expect it to happen, and when I returned from that 1 year trip around the world, I came back with a portfolio of work that sort of led me into this new direction. And then 5 years later, National Geographic discovered the work and decided to sign me under their agency, National Geographic Image Collection. I hope the work that I create will help others sort of have empathy and compassion and understanding and embrace the differences that these other peoples have. What I photograph is so much different than how I live. I'm inspired by it. I love to connect with people who are not like me. I try to connect with people that don't think the way I think, that don't live the way that I live. I find that if I can bring that into these exhibitions and these shows, hopefully I can express with the work that this is something to be admired and to be embraced. When I first started out, I was in the mountains of Vietnam, and I came across a woman in the mountains, me and her, and she passed me, and she had a blue and a green hand, and I stopped her and asked her what was on her hands. And from the indigo dyes, one blue, one green hand, I stopped her and asked her to present her hands to me and hold them out. And I photographed one picture, didn't think anything about it. I had no idea the impact that that one image would have on my personal career, as well as the people who now collect that piece and have it in their home. I feel personally called sometimes just to go to the places that I ultimately create these projects in. In the beginning of my career, it was more just sort of the adventure of it. And as I've progressed into this career, I think I'm 15 years in at this point, I'm really more targeted, and I really pay attention to sort of the way that I'm being guided to go to these certain places. It really has been quite a journey to be on, and I feel like it's such a gift to be able to offer this work. What draws people to the work is as varied as the person who is approaching the work. For me, art needs to strike some sort of emotion, some sort of movement within a person. And I feel like that I've been blessed with the ability to capture photographs that do exactly that. I've seen so many cases of that over the years, from grandmothers all the way down to 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds. I've even had be moved by the work in really, really unique ways.